Greetings one and greetings all, it's Stephen here. I hope you guys are all doing really well. Today I'm going to give you a tutorial on how to play the introduction to Guns N' Roses Paradise City. I'm going to do it in standard tuning, but if you wanted to play along to the original track, you'd have to tune each of your strings down a semitone. Okay? But I've done it in standard tuning just for ease. What I've done is an amalgamation of parts. What I mean by that is on the original recording there are several guitar parts. One guitar is playing the chords, the other one is doing the picking pattern and so on. There is so I've arranged it for one guitar so you can play this as one guitarist. It does make it harder to play, but therein lies the challenge, I suppose. I'm using a touch of chorus that I'm getting from an MXR Black Label chorus, which is analog chorus. It doesn't really match if you use digital or analog. I'm just using it to sound a little bit more like the original. You don't even have to use a chorus if you don't want to, but if you've got one you might as well use it. My settings are as such. The chords you're going to need to play this are, you're going to need a standard G, a C with a high G, an F add 9, you're going to go back to the C, and then the cycle of chords starts again. If you are new to these chords, I would suggest you just start strumming through them and just get used to it. I do use a different kind of fingering for the G, and I'll explain the reason why I do that in the tutorial. Best of luck. It's a really catchy song, everybody knows it, and it's a classic, but it's also a bit more challenging to play it this way, so I think it'll be very good for your picking. But anyway, enough of the talking, and we can get on the tutorial now. See you soon.
Okay, hi guys, so we'll get on to the tutorial now, and the first thing you'll notice is the way I'm holding the G chord. Usually I'd hold it like this, or a G with a traditional way like that, with both of them on. But for this progression, I'm holding it like this. So my third finger is on the low E, my middle finger is on the A string in the second fret, and my little finger is on the high E on the third fret. So now the reason for this is when I put this chord and the fingers I'm using into context with the rest of the progression, if you watch slowly, so we have our G, we have our C with the add 9, sorry, the high G, then we have the F add 9, back to the C, and into the G again. Okay, so the reason I finger it like that is it makes the transitions to the other chords a little easier for me. Okay, if you want to play it like this, go ahead. I just find for me, and I think I've seen a lot of other players play it, playing it like this in context with the other chords makes it easier. So that is the reason for that. Okay, so first things first, you bring out the G chord like so. Okay, I've taken the chorus off, so just clean guitar here. Okay, the picking pattern goes like this. It goes E, B, G, and you play that 3 times, and then on the third time, you play the open B, so it goes like this. Okay, so slowly. Okay, and then we hit the open D and the open G at the same time, and then we hammer on with the middle finger onto the D string. You can keep this little finger on here as well if you want. So that goes this. We're now going into the C chord. Okay, so going in from the G to the C, we got this. At this point now, I fret the whole chord, okay? I then hit the A string, the D string, okay, so that part. I then go down to the high E and I do the same picking pattern on these 3 strings as I did for the G. So you repeat the same thing. Okay, so the whole C part goes like this. Okay, so I'll play the G going into the C, okay, just so you got it, see how it goes. So it goes like this. Okay, next chord is the F add 9. I hit the open D and the open G together. I then hammer on the middle finger onto the G on the second string, and at the same time I hammer on the third finger onto the D string, so like this. Okay, and at that point we form the F add 9 then. I then hit the G. Okay, your picking pattern there is E, E, B, G, B. So the whole F9 sequence goes like this. Okay, so we'll do the C into the F9, goes like this. Okay, and then we're going to go back to the C. So we start it the same way. Hit the open D and the open G while doing the hammer on with the middle finger onto the D on the second fret. So let me play this for you slowly first. So same again, A, D. Okay, we start the same picking pattern now. There's a difference here, so we're going E, B, G, and then we hit the open B. I remove my index finger so I have an open B string. Okay. So the F add 9 into the C with this new open B in there. Okay, it's important to get that on. We then go back to the G, strum. Okay, so we play the open G. Okay, so here's a little, it sounds to my ears like a little country lick, which I really like. Okay, so it goes E, B, G, E, B. Okay, so slow this part. Okay, and now we're into the country lick. So we hit the open G, hammering on, open B, open G, open B. So that's the first little part goes. And hammering on, open D to hammer on the second fret, open G. Okay, so that little country lick section. Slowly again if I can. Okay, and then the sequence starts again. I'll try and play it all the way through really slowly for you. Okay, and that's it. Go slowly, try and get it to a metronome if you can. And it's harder to play it this way, keeping in mind, like I said before, there are several guitars in the original track. So when you're playing it as one guitarist, you've got a lot more work to do. So I would recommend you just start off really slow and then build it up with a metronome or drum machine or whatever you got and work to it, because it's quite tricky. There's a lot of string skipping, you're jumping around a lot, but I think it's a good one for developing your picking as well. Anyway, good luck and I'll see you soon.